little bit of history, geography, and some interesting notes, something that I learned from the program. The name La Costa Rica, Spanish for rich coast, was in some accounts named by Christopher Columbus and the first that landed in there. Like the rest of Central America, Costa Rica never fought for independence from Spain. On September 15, 1921, after the final Spanish defeat, the authorities in Guatemala declared the independence of all Central America. That day is still celebrated as Independence Day in Costa Rica. And I want to mention that because I was there on September 15th, and it was very nice to be part of that. About geography, Costa Rica is located in Central America. The nation's terrain is a coastal plain separated by Rocky Mountains, the Cordillera Central, and the Cordillera de Talamanca, which form the spine of the country and separate the Pacific Caribbean and the Caribbean coast. Because Costa Rica is located between 8 and 12 degrees north of equator, the climate is tropical year-round. However, the country has many microclimates depending on elevation, rainfall, topography, and by the geography of each particular region. So these are the important notes I consider I learned from the program. We all learned from the program. So Costa Rica is home to a rich variety of plants and animals. Over 840 species of birds have been identified in Costa Rica. As in the case in much Central America, the avian species in Costa Rica are a mix of North and South American species. Some of the country's most notable avian species include the resplendent quetzal, scarlet macaw, others I cannot pronounce them, but at the end of the program, I am including also a list of all the birds that we saw. I think Anna also uploaded in a K Drive, yeah. So it's there for you if you want to see it. Around 25% of the country's land area is in protected national parks and protected areas. And about tourism that we all care about, Costa Rica stands as the most visited nation in the Central America region. By 2004, tourism was generating more revenue and foreign exchange than bananas and coffee combined. Costa Rica has more than 5% of the world's biodiversity, 121 volcanic formations, 800 miles of coastline, and hundreds of endemic birds, and we saw 9 of them during the program. Costa Rica is a true mecca for nature lovers to explore. That is true. So the fun part, the day by day, that was taken at the Arenal. Beautiful one. So day 1, here is the fun part. So fasten your seat belts. We are going to fly. Yay! Woohoo! So we are going to Costa Rica. That is the Costa Rica country. Somebody told me that Costa Rica has a shape of a seahorse. It took me 3 days to figure it out. Now I see it perfectly.
That's because you were looking for a seahorse and not a seahorse.
Could be. So don't let me lose my focus. There we go. To San Jose. Anna. Okay, I don't know where I am. Okay, hey, we arrived at Santa Maria International Airport at 11:49 a.m. 6 of us flying with Delta from Atlanta. We arrived at we arrived at 11:49 a.m. One arrived at 4 p.m. With Copa, and 2 POP and 1 TCA arrived the day before. So the total of us 10. There I'm showing their museum that is very close to the hotel, and then we went to Cafe Brie, the tour, to do the coffee tour. Lose my track. Okay, there is Radisson Hotel. And well, that is San Jose. So that is Radisson Hotel. I took this picture from the entrance, so you can see a lot of traffic. It's very loud and a lot of noise. This is my room. I had some issues with my room, but they were all addressed very quickly by the hotel. It was fair enough, I would say. We were met by Edwin Ramirez, very well identified with a Rhodes Scholar sign. We have seen, well, as a note, we have seen each other at the Atlanta airport, but didn't talk to each other. So when we saw each other in San Jose, it was a really nice ice breaking to talk about that.
I'll be ready in just a couple.
What is that? Oh. Okay, it was about 30 minutes drive from the airport to the hotel. We did a very efficiently early check-in at the Radisson Hotel. We arrived there like around 1 p.m. and they had our keys room ready for us, so it was very nice. We went to the room and ¿por qué se saltó? Okay, 6 a.m. We went to the room and relaxed and wait until 6 p.m. for the orientation meeting. Radisson has a really nice restaurant and a snack bar, so people can wait there and have something to drink or eat before the orientation meeting and the welcome dinner that day, the first day. During the welcome and introduction session, Edwin provided us with a folder with a map of Costa Rica, a revised day-by-day itinerary, a list of important factors about food, water, and safety guidelines, a list of lectures and the lecturees, and he explained all in detail. When he finished, we all introduced ourselves, and then we went to the welcome dinner at the hotel. That was a delicious three-course meal dinner with wine, and it was a great opportunity to meet each other better. So on day second, that we have breakfast at 7 a.m. It was breakfast buffet. This is the area where the breakfast is served. It was delicious, a lot of variety of fruits and the juice and the coffee. This was a very good one. After the breakfast, we met Ignacio Arroyo, called Nacho. Here it is Nacho, biologist, photographer, and adventurer tour guide in the rainforest. We met him at the pause room for the lecture. It was an hour presentation about the biodiversity in Costa Rica. He also shared with us some of his amazing pictures. After the presentation, we depart to the local museum, about 15 minutes drive to the center in San Jose, which was scheduled to visit the National Museum, but that was closed that day. So we had to do a rearrange, and Edwin did it very fast. We didn't even notice that was happening. We went back to the bus and went to the Gold Museum instead. And it was very nice. Only two of them that arrived the day before that have been gone to the Gold Museum. And so Edwin had to arrange for them, and they visited the Jade Museum. They were really very happy. After the museum, we departed to Barba Heredia, about 40 minutes drive to have lunch at Café Brit and to do a guided coffee tour. The tour guides were actors, but also local people, making it very fun and also very informative. We learned about the history of coffee and how it's processed. We were even hands-on, planted our little coffee plant, and had the experience of touching, smelling, and tasting coffee from its beginning as a green seed to its brew ready to drink. After the tour, we returned to the hotel to relax and have dinner on our own. Our leader made good suggestions, but they all preferred to stay at the hotel except me, that I was lucky enough. Andrea, thank you so much. One more time, Andrea very kindly picked me up at the hotel, and I'm very really thankful that I had the opportunity to visit another area of San Jose. That was the first impression is like you really think that San Jose is very chaotic, and she took me to Barrio Escalante, another area of the city, and I really like it. During my relaxing time at the hotel, it was raining. I went to use the indoor pool, and I used also the indoor jacuzzi. It was very nice. The only thing is that the gym at the hotel is local gym. It's for local people also. So it's a little bit weird. It was very weird to be there, and and people was like, in a normal day.
They sell memberships, so it's not only for hotel guests.
Yes.
It just provides them
for locals. Yeah, it was really our. But I enjoyed it. So, and that was it for day second. So on day 3, we depart to Tortuguero. At 6 a.m. with a coffee and some cookies, we departed to Tortuguero area via Braulio Carrillo National Park, located on the volcanic Cordillera Central between San Jose City and Puerto Limon on the Caribbean, home to several distinct ecoregion zones very significant for its biodiversity. It was about 2 hours ride till our first stop to have breakfast. We stopped here in this place to have breakfast. About other 2 hours to La Pavona deck to take the boat. La Pavona is a nice facility in the middle of the farm country with a large building that includes an open-air restaurant, a small store, bathrooms for a cost of 500 colones, and plenty of places to sit while waiting for the boat. 2 hours boat ride to La Pachira Lodge. The boats are okay. So what else? Yeah. So after the 2 hours boat ride, that was very nice because using our listening devices, Edwin was giving us a tour, like enjoying the canal, and it was very very nice also to see a lot of birds and animals along the banks. Around 12 noon, we arrived at the hotel. They gave us a warm welcoming with a refreshing pineapple juice, just perfect on that hot and humid day. It was amazing. There it is. It was like pineapple juice, very nice. And so, and so we had lunch at La Pachira, buffet style. It was really nice, arranged. The tables all labeled with they call it. They put a bat there. I sacrificed myself and I try.
What? They put a bat. So maybe because of
Is
that.
it like a bat
No, bat
company?
for the company. Yeah, they put bat. Yeah, and they were asking me what is that. Okay. Yeah, I had to explain them what bat is.
Is that melon juice? What is that?
This is, I think it's Lulo, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Lulo juice. Okay. Here is my meal. Sacrifice myself. I try a little bit of everything for you to see my face. Then after lunch at 2 p.m. we went to the Sea Turtle Conservancy Visitor Center. We went on the open boat for the first time. It was very nice to show us how it was for the rest of the tours. The Sea Turtle Conservancy is here, so they show us a movie presentation, a little speech also, and it was very nice, and to learn also about the life of Archie Carr and how important his legacy is there. So the Sea Turtle Conservancy, founded by Dr. Archie Carr and others, its mission is to ensure the survival of sea turtles within the wider Caribbean basin and Atlantic through research, education, training, advocacy, and the protection of the natural habitat upon which they depend. So then after that, we went for a walk through the beach and also to the Tortuguero village. So it was very nice. After we learned about the turtles, we had the opportunity to see exactly what happened. So there is here, it doesn't show very well, but the turtle track, and then the holes that they made when they laid the eggs, and we even saw the shells of the eggs and that. So we walk all along the beach until the Tortuguero village. That day was amazing because it was a lot of music. I have some videos also uploaded. All the pictures and all the videos are in the P drive if you want to see them. So then we went back to the hotel, relaxed a little bit, and at 6 p.m. we had the lecture at the hotel by Eddie Ranke. He is Eddie. There is also a video linked to this picture about him if you want to see it. He is a resident naturalist guide and fully certified turtle watching guide. His family was among the first settlers and permanent residents of Tortuguero, and he talked us about the historical development of Tortuguero. It was very nice. So at 7 p.m. we had dinner at the lodge. It was buffet style, the same. You can see here. I have my turtle soup very nice. No, just kidding. It was not turtle soup. I was joking with Bernie that I had turtle soup, but no. So after dinner, we went at around 8 p.m. We went for the total night walk on the beach. There are no pictures, unfortunately. It is prohibited. But you have to believe me, we saw 2 green turtles. We saw one turtle laying eggs, and we saw another one that came and changed her mind and went back to the sea. So, like a good female, she changed her mind, said, no, today is not the day. And we witnessed that. It was very amazing. Okay, so on day 4, we had the early morning boat safari in Tortuguero. Early morning, 2 hours boat safari through the canals where we spot many birds as toucans and also monkeys, white-faced cappuccino and spider monkeys. It was very nice because even though it was before breakfast, the Pachira Hotel places give you the coffee and cookies and things to have, so you don't go empty stomach to the safari. After the breakfast, okay. So this is the white-faced monkey here. There is another one here. I don't remember the name of this bird, but it's
Anika.
Anika.
Anhinga. The snake bird.
It's also we see this here in Florida, right? Pachira aquatica, this flower, beautiful flower, and the monkey. So we were very close by them all the time. So at 7:30 a.m. we returned to the lodge and we had the breakfast. After the breakfast at the hotel, we did a guided walk at the forest trail at Pachira Lodge, about 2 miles trail, to see the daily activity of many insects, birds, and even plants that are different from night. Here, Edwin is showing us a palm where the bats made their beds. That was nice. Here we are. We had 2 birders. We have 2 birders in the program.
Marketing will love that.
Were there any people that didn't have binoculars?
Me. Me, but okay. No, yes, we had this was really a birder. This was a birder also. This one didn't have binoculars, as you can see, and Kathleen didn't have binoculars either. Yeah, like 4 of us didn't have binoculars. Yeah, but Erwin was very nice, always sharing the binoculars, and the others also, they were very nice. There we are. So we went back to the lodge. We have the lunch at the hotel, and then we have some free time. And we went to the pool, this amazing pool with the turtle shape, and it has this cascade here, the waterfall. And the ladies were there. We walk around, and we saw the butterfly here. It was very nice free time there.
Pool lady would have loved that waterfall.
What did you say?
I said pool lady would have loved that waterfall.
Unfortunately, she's not going anywhere. Fortunately.
Okay, at 3 p.m. we had another boat safari. At that time, we had the opportunity to see another type of birds, afternoon birds, I would say. We even saw a crocodile and and different birds. I said that. It was very nice, and we had excellent weather, as you can see, blue sky. Yeah, we were very lucky. So at 7 p.m. we had dinner at the hotel, and after the dinner, a night walk on the same Pachira Lodge trail that we did in the morning. It was amazing how much activity there is at night and how different some plants looks like. From the morning, we saw bullet ants, all type of spiders, green leaf ants that are the hard workers of the program, and all type of little creatures. It is such a nice experience to enjoy the nocturnal sound of the forest. It was very amazing. So on day 5, we said bye to Tortuguero, and we depart to Sarapiquí. So there it is, Tortuguero. the Pachira Lodge. So, bye, Tortuguero.
Wow.
Bye-bye. And we went to Selva Verde Lodge. This is the Sarapiquí River. And this is a short one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So for you to see from here, we went to here. So breakfast at 7 a.m. and after breakfast, luggage loading and checkout. 8:30 departure to Caño Blanco area, 2 hours boat ride. And as usual, using the listening devices, everyone was providing a great explanation of what we were seeing around. Around 1:30 a.m., we met Alvaro at the deck and depart to Sarapiquí. So there we are, going to Sarapiquí. After 2 hours bus ride, we got at the Pachiras restaurant to have lunch, the same place we had breakfast when we went going to Tortuguero. After lunch and 2 more hours of bus driving, we arrived at Selva Verde Lodge around 2 p.m. So here I want to show is like in the way we make 2 stops. We stop here to see the giant beetle, and we also stop to see the banana plantation, whatever. It was very nice. And this is in the bus. So, p.m. hours. So, yeah, this is the place we had breakfast and we had lunch. So after lunch and I'm sorry, I lost my track. So after we settled at 30 p.m., we went for a walk in the rainforest with a side lecture by the leader. We saw many different species of hummingbirds. We spot birds like the mudmud, many types of frogs, insects, and the beautiful rainforest flora. We had a little rain, but just as the perfect moment when we were covered while walking around by the cover. Every time we were covered, rain, so it was perfect. The lecture that day at the hotel was postponed to the next day because Willie Pineda could not come for some personal reasons. So we had time to walk through the lodge on our own and to relax on the hammocks before dinner. And there we are. We had dinner at 7 p.m. And this was my room here at this corner. And this is the place where the buffet was.
The lady fell on the
This was
chair.
on the rocket chair. Yes. Here. I was here laying on the hammock when I heard the struggle and I went to see what happened and she couldn't move. So I had to help her to get out of the rocket chair. Oops. So on day 6, we were at Selva Verde. Optional birding watching at 6 a.m. during a short walk and continue during breakfast from the restaurant's deck. From here, we were just having breakfast and just looking at the animals. They have here this amazing place where they feed the animals and they come. And so that is very cool. You don't have to move. Around 9 a.m., we were ready to do the water rafting.
Yeah.
Adventure at the Sarapiquí River for about 2 hours activity with a convenient stop to eat some refreshing fruits very nicely arranged for us. It was pineapple and watermelon. As instructed, we were all wearing water shoes, closed sandals or Tiva sandals, easy to dry clothes, and so cameras, and no cameras or cell phone allowed, except mine that ended up diving in Sarapiquí River. But lucky me, it was rescued by Costa Rican rice. Yes, that was experience. So Costa Rica rice, you. Around 11 a.m., we returned to the lodge, and some of us, what is
You
that?
mean you put it in rice
In the
to dry
rice
it?
in the bag, yeah, to dry it. I mean, it was just 2-3 hours, and it was alive. The cell phone. So.
Wow. Good
Yeah,
Chinese,
I experienced a little bit of everything. So around 11 a.m. we returned to the lodge, and some of us went to the pool. I don't have pictures because my camera was dead. So that is the rafting moment. Uh, so after lunch, we have some time to relax and make new friends. I met Gustavo.
How many dogs does he have
He
now?
has like 5 or 6. Yeah.
Jeez, he just keeps adding on.
Yeah, he loves. So I met his dogs. He's amazing. He's such a nice person. So I went to walk around. I wanted to cross, but I didn't. It wasn't construction, so it was like, I'm by myself, I'm alone. What if I ended up in the Sarapique River? I prefer not.
You would have tried.
I said, it's not the moment to try that. Okay, after lunch, we did not go to the pineapple tour as it was originally scheduled, but instead we went to visit the artisan traditional chocolate operation. The group was a little bit disappointed, but Edwin managed to make them happy and explaining whenever possible during the bus rides all about the pineapple bean.
Who told they were going to the pineapple? Nothing mentions pineapple on the documents. It just says local plantation.
No, I think the original it said pineapple. I have to show it to you.
Let's check that.
Yeah, because even in the revised schedule, it says all the things about the pineapple tour, nothing
on
about the chocolate.
Documents
on
or
the documents.
in the what that gives you?
Both.
Okay, so we'll
Really?
Yes.
I'm taking notes, spelling.
Okay.
That's weird. Yeah.
Okay, so we went to see the operation. So, but yes, I was saying that Edwin explained everything about the pineapple, and they were very pleased about that. So around 3 p.m., we went to the chocolate farm that is literally walking distance from the lodge, but we, of course, took the bus for safety and timing reasons. The tour was guided by the proud owners that after a short walk and while telling the story of pre and post-colonial chocolate, they let us taste and see how fresh made chocolate is in its pure form and different stages of its fabrication. This was about 2 hours tour. And then around 5:30 p.m., we went to meet William Pineda for the lecture about the Mesoamerican biological corridor. It was very interesting. This guy has an excellent English. They really, really enjoyed the presentation. And it was very interesting to know about that. Around 7 p.m., we had dinner. And as part of every meal, beans and rice, with a variety of salads, meat and fish. It was fish served also at Sept. After dinner, we had an optional guided night walk at the lodge where we experienced again the nocturnal rainforest activity where we saw many variety of frogs and insects. So here they are, these beautiful red-eyed tree frogs doing the amplaxus.
Piggyback ride?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, piggyback ride.
They are not doing anything. I learned that he's just a what is that? Fertilizing the eggs. That's what he's doing. Very interesting. So next day we said bye bye to Selva Verde Lodge. That's the entrance of the lodge. You shouldn't say welcome, but goodbye. So
We'll mention that, Andrea. Change the sign to say
I don't know whether the other side, right? Okay, so day 7 we went from Sarapique to Arenal. I don't know where the rounds are here. Where are we?
So much.
Selva Verde.
You are waiting for the trucks to pass to get on the road.
Yes, there was a lot of traffic because of the Independence Day, actually. Let me tell you, we were stuck in traffic because of that. We were just behind people running the torch because about the independence, they run the torch all around, and we're stuck in traffic because of that for a while. This is the La Fortuna town in Arenal, the volcano.
Wow, that's a cool shot.
So
So you can see where the eruptions take place. That's
That's what I looked at. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see the big patch of green.
And as you
Yeah,
can
you
see
see
here,
Tabacon. Right in line.
and just right there is the Arenal Paraíso Resort. So we were there. Big property where the thermals are.
Yes, it is, Sandy.
Hey, what?
Pause, it's still closed.
So we had breakfast at 7 a.m. and get ready to depart to La Fortuna town around 9 a.m. Check out. After an hour drive, we arrived at La Fortuna, where we could walk around and do some shopping like souvenirs, coffee, and even medicines. Here I am whirling, going to the farmacia, La Farmacia, for her because she was a little bit sick and she bought some chest congestion things, something like that. This is a small volcano. The volcano is very close by, so you can see the volcano from the town. Around 12 p.m., we had a lunch at La Rana Roja, 3-course meal from the menu. It was excellent. Here is where we had lunch, the menu. I had this fantastic shrimp rice with volcano shape. It was very good. It was a very good food. So for the dessert, we also ate some lychees that I bought in town from a street vendor. So we washed them and we shared that with them. So it was for some the first time, so they like it. Then we took the bus to the Arenal Volcano National Park that was just 30 minutes away to do a 2-hour field trip. Here is the park. Where we took our group picture from a high lookout. Gorgeous views is our group picture. After the tour, we drove to the Arenal Paraíso Hotel and Resort, just 20 minutes away from the park. We checked in, and as usual, Edwin gave us all the room keys and drove us from the front desk, because that is a huge property. They drove us from the front desk to our rooms and gave us a quick tutorial about the property and helpful tips. So that was my room, and that was the view from the room. After we settled down and got familiar with our rooms, we had the presentation at the hotel in the conference room around 6 p.m. This was a movie presentation about the volcanic formation, very interesting, but I have to say that they need to improve the equipment to have a better sound. It was kind of bad. Dinner at 7 p.m. That was the volcano formation.
Wow, nice shot.
So at 7 p.m. we had dinner to choose from menu with fresh juice and water. I had the traditional casado, this. It was amazing. Do you have casado? Yeah, I mean it was amazing. Good food. So the casado you can choose.
Never.
Right, Andrea?
Casado, never in my life. Never in my life.
Very, very, very nice. Super, super cool. And the dessert, of course, that I never skip. After dinner, we had time to go to the spa. So I think we all did. We all went to the spa, and yes, we were all together all the time. So it was very nice, very nice. We really had to have more time to spend on the thermals.
How's
It's
the
a very
lighting
cool
at the
experience.
path at Arenal Paraíso? The lighting to get back and forth.
It is very dark. You need to have a flashlight with you. Yeah, it is very dark. But I think that is what it makes it cool. That's what I would say. This is the picture exactly as you can experience there. It's very dark. Okay, so on day 8, September 17th, and we have the early morning optional birding for about an hour. We did not have to walk much because you can see just the same spot, a lot of birds. You don't have to really walk around. Around 8 a.m., we went to the Místico Arenal Hanging Bridges Park that is about 30 minutes away from the hotel for a guided tour by leader to walk, to see a tropical rainforest full of nature wildlife. That is a cool place. We crossed 6 hanging bridges over the canopy. Around 12 p.m., we went back to the hotel for lunch and relax a bit. So I have some pictures of the animals, I think, at the end. So that's the picture of the volcano, as you can see there. This is a picture that was taken for one of the ladies. I was taking a picture and say, "What are you doing? Look at that." Okay, this is a beautiful view. They were amazing. Okay, around 12 p.m., we went back to the hotel to have lunch and relax for a bit. After 2:30 p.m., we depart to Zona Fluca School, about 30 minutes away from the hotel, where the kids were waiting for us at the entrance to walk us to the school, where they perform a folkloric dancing, the Punta Guanacasteco and La Cajeta. Their school was decorated for the presentation of Independence Day, so they had like instruments, and they even played for us the merengue guiro. That was amazing. They show us their computer class, their kitchen, and all around, and they explained it to us why nature conservancy is so important. Very enjoyable moment and a great cultural exchange. This was about 2 hours activity. Then from the school, we went to, that's the merengue guiro they play. Ariana has one of them. From the school, we went to a local farm, the Arenal Vida Campesina, for an introduction to local crops and sugar cane processing. It was raining really bad, so we couldn't enjoy much about the crops, but we had a very fun moment processing the sugar cane. Here is one of them. So I had some. They always let us do it and try. We process it and we try the
You drank it?
the drunkard, yeah, the juice. Then we went to the dining area where we learned how to make tortillas. They cooked them for us, and around 6:30 p.m. we had the traditional dinner. So here we are making the tortillas, and this was the traditional dinner. It was delicious. The flavor of that food was delicious. They use their own herbs, everything that they produce in the farm. It was very nice. Yep. And at 8 p.m., we returned to the hotel, and we had our last opportunity to go to the thermos. This is how it is, Setel. It is done. You need a flashlight. Here we are crossing the last hanging bridge. That was a joke that Edwin made. Oh, I forgot to say that we had a last hanging bridge, and we were crossing on the back. This is a picture we took on the way, and then I'm going to mention about that in a bit. So from Arenal to the Pacific, here we go again. Okay, so we are going to the lodge. And just a jump, we went to the Crocodile Safari. All right, after breakfast, we depart to Central Pacific area. It was about 4 hours drive with a very convenient technical stop where Edwin gave us a surprise to visit the hummingbird feeder that was the previous picture that I showed. As a funny and memorable note, our expert birder BJ, one of the ladies, expressed her excitement describing that moment as an orgasmic experience. We found it funny, but Edwin was flushed like a tomato. But she was extremely, extremely happy. Okay, after the boat tour, we depart to Punta Leona. just 30 minutes away from the safari tour, Punta Leona. That is the resort, and as you can see, there are two beaches, like the dark sand and the white sand. It is a huge property, beautiful property though. So there we are at 6 a.m. That we had at 7 a.m. we had the breakfast, and then at 12 p.m. we got to the Tarcoles River Crocodile Safari, where we had lunch, and then we did a 2 hours boat ride to look for crocodiles. We saw 3 very close by. Not much, they said, but it was very shallow, and we didn't see anything anymore. But we also spot some new birds, so BJ was extremely happy. After the boat
chickens
tour,
were being thrown in the water further
On the other
down.
side, I think, yeah.
this was the boat was
What does the sign say?
huge.
Don't swim or don't feed?
Don't swim.
swim.
Like, thank you.
Ah.
Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, those are new boats. They look cool.
Yeah,
hmm
they look really nice.
Are those bolted to the boat? They almost look like
What thing?
three
The chairs, are they bolted?
Yes.
So these are
Legs look like
Yes.
sets.
Very nice, the boat. Yeah. And you can walk and you can stretch. Yeah. So that's the message from the tour with the crocodiles. So something to keep in mind during the entire program. So after the boat tour, we depart to Punta Leona, just 30 minutes away from the safari tour, was very close by. The property is a big. The property is so big that instead of going to the front desk, they conveniently do the express check-in, giving us the keys and the wristbands at the bus, right just in front of the rooms. But we had some problems that day. Some keys didn't work at first, and I had to switch my room with Edwin and Alvaro because they were all in Nicaragua and I was in Venezuela. We watched, and Venezuela was really far away from the restaurant and from the group. I mean, really, we were really far away. So I asked Edwin if it's possible for me to change, and they changed the room with me. I think it was very cool. Well, that day.
Those are really nice.
Did you get the?
Okay, listen. Okay, no, these are mine. These are mine.
Okay.
Yes, I bought them. Yeah. These are mine.
You need to send that to
No,
the
we
hotel.
need
and say,
to-
Right. They
How
should put it on the bed. They are really cool. Yeah, I
Where
bought them
did you get them?
at La Fortuna.
Ah, they are beautiful.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Are they throws?
They are.
Like
Tangas?
blankets
No.
or-
They are like the ones I use for the beach.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sarongs.
Yeah,
Oh, they're so
Okay.
long.
they are very cool. I was looking for this one, but I couldn't find it, so I bought this first, and then I saw this, and I want it, so I bought both. So this is the lodge, how it is named by countries. I took the picture of Haiti, but I was in Nicaragua. This is the butterfly garden at the lodge. It was there. I found it interesting. They had this book that we had here in the cabinet, right? This is just there in the garden, in the butterfly garden, just like a museum or something like that. So, okay, some time to rest after the lounge at the hotel before the presentation. So we walk around, get comfortable, blah, blah. And at 6 p.m., we met Roy Arroyo at the Sala Columbus room that was next to the restaurant for an hour lecture about the conservation and development of Central Pacific area. It was very interesting. It's all here if you want to read it. At 7 p.m., we had the dinner buffet style, amazing food. It was amazing. It was very, very nice. A wide variety of everything, salad, meat, you name it. And they even have a place where they cook for you something like, from scratch in front of you. So besides the buffet style, they also cook for you. It was amazing. I really love that. And we went to bed that day. So the next day, day 10th, September 19th, happy birthday to me. That was my birthday. So early morning, we had the early morning, the birdie walk that we all went to that optional birding because to see the scarlet macaws, we all wanted to see them. So this was a huge tree that it fell huge. I mean, yeah. Do you see it? It's impressive. Yeah. Okay, so at 7 a.m. We had the breakfast.
One of those huge trees actually fell on their lecture room.
Oh, really?
3 hours before our lecture during one of the storms last year.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it is exactly that tree or
No,
not.
I don't think so because the story was that.
It went through the roof.
It went through the roof, and for a
Wow,
while
that's scary.
we didn't have a lecture place.
No, I think this is a different one.
Yeah, this I think I heard the story about this one. It was that they were trying to cut a branch. And,
Exactly.
Right? That was
yeah, that's true.
Somebody died because of that, right?
Exactly. One person died. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And it lose the balance, the tree. That's what I heard. Yeah. Okay. At breakfast at 7 a.m. and we depart to Carrara National Park for a 3 hour field trip. The park is a forest covered with steep slopes and massive trees draped with vines that creates the perfect habitat for birds. We saw a lot. We saw many birds. We also saw reptiles, large crickets, insects, a lot of insects, all type of insects, and even a sloth. We saw a sloth that day, but it was really far away. There are no pictures, but it was there, something there. The park protects an abundance of wildlife. It is really a cool place. So these are the trees with the vines. We were here hanging, and she was in love with all the trees. She wanted to hug them. Around 12 p.m.
I stand up to David B. Here's the tree hugger.
She was very lovely. Yeah. So at 12, we went back to the hotel to celebrate my birthday, of course. We had the afternoon at leisure, so we took the free shuttle to go to Playa Blanca. Where we had a great time swimming on the Pacific Ocean. It was a super relaxing moment, but it started raining, so we had to go to a cover place. So we went to the bar, and they invited us to have some piña colada because I really wanted so badly, and we had it. So then we went to the room to rest a bit and get ready for our dinner. And at 7:30 p.m. we had dinner and more piña colada. Okay, this was a virgin piña colada, FYI. And de verdad.
That picture came out.
It was a happy moment piña colada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is how they celebrate. They told me.
the driver.
Yes, this is the driver, Antonio Banderas. Antonio.
The virgin piña colada.
No, that's what they were calling him.
What they told me, Andrea, is that true? That is a typical thing that they serve this piña colada, huge piña. I mean, this piña colada in the pineapple, that you share with everybody because you are celebrating your birthday, Andrea.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's very common, to be honest.
It's not that.
But yeah, no, it's not that common.
Just because I want a piña colada. It was nice. Very refreshing.
I have seen it before, yeah.
Okay, so on day 11, September 20th, from Punta Leona to Sabegre, We are on our way. This is a picture we took. We stopped to take that picture. Amazing view. I mean, I love it. I'm just in love of these places that are, the coast and you have the beach and the mountains. So I love it. This is like in Jaco Beach, around Jaco Beach area. Beautiful view. So at 10 a.m., we arrive at Hacienda Baru. I think there's something here. After 2 hours drive, we arrive at Hacienda Baru National Wildlife Refuge of that is 130 acres private land. We did a short walk around the property, and then we had about an hour presentation by Jack Ewing, the owner of the property, who shared his family story, the interesting evolution from a working cattle ranch to a national wildlife refuge and lodge, after the hard work of reforestation. That was very interesting how the land changed from the moment they got there. That was almost a devastation because of the cattle range, and then they do the reforestation and recover everything a lot. It was really a very inspiring story. At 12 p.m., we had lunch at Hacienda Baru after the lecture. And then we depart to San Gerardo de Dota, going from the sea level to 8,000 feet. Okay, this is at the Hacienda Baru. We didn't see this actually. I took it from the internet. Because at the Hacienda, they had these like a canopy thing, but you are sitting there. So I found it very nice. I said, okay, this is him
So you can
doing it.
property.
They do it in the Hacienda Baru, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, because I don't think they're doing it anymore. He was telling me.
Oh, they told you that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind. They are not doing that anymore.
Just not to stay, but like to look at.
So they don't use it at all?
As far as I was told.
Okay. Well, this is the place where we had the lunch there at Hacienda Baru. It was nice, a 3-course meal. Very good food too. So, well, that's the story of Hacienda Baru. We spent some time there. At 3:30 p.m., let me see. Okay. After about 4 hours drive and a technical stop in a very nice place where we had the opportunity to have some hot chocolate because it was a little bit cooler going up to the mountain. And we watched a lot of hummingbirds. And then we arrived at Sabegre Hotel Natural Reserve and Spa, Nature Reserve and Spa. So this is the cloud forest. And this is the Sabegre Hotel Nature Reserve and Spa. We stayed there 2 nights. Mm-hmm.
1 night or 2 nights?
I mean, I'm sorry, we stayed one. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I put tonight. No, I'm sorry. It is 1 night. Yeah, no. We wish to be able to say more. I mean, honestly, yes. They all mentioned that at the end that
You booked 2 nights at
Yeah, we wish.
There are reasons.
2009.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is just 1 night. I will correct that. That was my room with the fireplace, which I turned on. It was amazing. So around 3 p.m., we checked in, settled in our rooms, and go for a short guided walk around the property. And 7 p.m., we have an excellent, let me see. Okay, this is what we did, and he's Ignacio. Marino. What is that? Efraín. No, Efraín Chacón. Marino is el hijo, the son.
Felipe?
Efraín.
Felipe.
He's Efraín Chacón. He's the
So you didn't
owner.
get the lecture by Marino Chacón,
Yes,
but
we did.
Efraín Chacón?
Yeah. No. We met him walking by.
Hold him. You guys got really lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. So at 7 p.m. we had the excellent.
The other pictures were not from Sabegre, were they?
Which
the ones
one?
On the right, those hanging bridges?
These are in Sabegre. Yeah. These are there.
Where are the hanging bridges in Sabegre?
I know.
I cannot really tell you, but it is, you have to cross the river. Okay, this you have to go. It's a place that you have to go upstairs, up on those stairs, and then at the end there is that bridge over there.
Huh.
Mhm.
So what did you see?
The river. It is like a creek. It's like a river that goes by. Yeah. So at 7 p.m., we had an excellent dinner at the lodge, buffet style, but that is a gourmet food prepared by a certified cordon bleu chef, among many other credentials that this guy has. This one chef, Jakes, so amazing. He is from. Did you meet him? Yeah. Chef. Sorry, it's Shacks. Chef Shacks. Jack.
There you go.
Chef Jack, let me tell you, this guy is amazing, and I'm just passionate. The people who knows me knows that I'm passionate about food and how to prepare food and that, and I really enjoyed that moment. This is the setup of the restaurant, yeah, and it was a wide variety of salad in the salad bar and dessert, and it was buffet style, but he was always standing up behind the food and explaining what you were eating and how was that prepared, and that it was very cool. I love it. So it was delicious. After dinner, we then hand out the bar. I didn't have pictures. I was having so much fun, so I didn't take picture of that moment at the bar, and that was a very nice place that they have with a fire pit. Beautiful. Do you have pictures? All right, then you show it because it is a nice place. And and well, I just want to also mention that it was a nice moment for all of us to talk, and we knew that it was the last night before the farewell dinner, so it was a nice moment to talk about and discuss about the program and that. So our really last day, day 12, September 21st, we did the optional kind of mandatory bird walk because this was the good chances to see the resplendent quetzal, so we have to go. After we accomplished the assignment, we had breakfast around 7 a.m. Well, we saw the resplendent quetzal, beautiful. We saw the female and the male, and it was beautiful. It took us a while to see it.
2 orgasms for BJ.
Yes, I mean, BJ, let me tell you, that woman was the happiest woman in this earth after the program. Yeah, she will go back on a road scholar program.
She's not much of a birder. I wonder why she signed up on this program but not the birding program.
Yes, and she was actually the one that made the list of the birds I included in the presentation. She made that and shared that with me. I don't know. I think that she had done other birding programs for Road Scholar, but I don't know. She wanted to do it. She really enjoyed.
We don't have birding program for September then.
Find
So
out
that
in
might
that
be,
single supplement.
So then around 11 a.m., we had the lecture about Savegre Valley's history by Marino Chacon, the oldest son of Don Ephraim Chacon, who was a truly pioneer, being the first family to settle in the area, working toward the forest conservation and building the hotel, where his passion and devotion is now shared with the entire family. It was a very inspiring story. Then after this, at 12 p.m., we had lunch at the magnificent gourmet lunch, buffet style. Um, Again, with a variety of salad, desserts. It was delicious. After lunch, around 1 p.m., we checked out and departed to San Jose. About 4 hours drive going from the cloud forest of the Talamanca range and having a technical stop. We arrived at the Wilhelm Herradura around 5 p.m. And then we checked in, go to the rooms and get ready for the final closure ceremony where Edwin gave us a very touchy speech, and we all had the opportunity to express, to express our emotions and overall feedback of the program. Touchy, touchy. I,
Did it really take you guys 4 hours to make that 2-hour drive?
what? From
From
Savegre?
Savegre to San Jose is about 2 hours driving.
I have to revise that. I mean,
Okay.
You can verify
Because
that.
lunch is at
Okay, lunch-
Savegre, then you
lunch,
come
We
back.
have traffic.
we had lunch at 12.
Yeah,
We checked
the-
out at 1. Yeah, and we arrived at 5, but we stopped. What is that?
We stopped.
We stopped, but it was a technical stop. We didn't do any activity or anything.
You didn't do anything at
Well,
Sarge.
that's weird.
No,
Okay.
no, yeah.
Okay, so
Bernie
we'll
asked
check
me
on
that. I will double check that. I'm
Is it
sorry,
because of the
Pelin.
traffic or
Yeah.
I don't know. We had some traffic, but not that really
Still,
bad.
I
That
mean,
yeah.
That's
I have
100%
to.
more, yeah.
I will go over my notes again, but I don't know why. Okay, so the final closure ceremony, as I said, where we had the opportunity to give our feedback. And we concluded that the highlights of the program were Tortuguero and the hanging bridges, while the water rafting and swimming in the Pacific Ocean were the funniest moments. Then we had the farewell dinner at the hotel. It was very nice. It was not really surprise. Wow. Wow, as we talked with Estelle, but it was very nice. And the good thing is that we were celebrating Kathleen's birthday, and it was very fun because Edwin brought this cake with this candle that you blow and it starts all over again.
Yeah.
So she had a blast at that moment, and with the live music, and you see she's very happy. And the video is in P Drive. The video of that moment is in P Drive if you want to see it, and with the live music, it was really fun. We really had a great moment. So then we just transfer the next day, day 13, the last day, just breakfast and transfer. And what is that? Okay, from Windham, Herradura. Just want to show you how close that is. That is very close from Windham, Herradura to the airport. It was just like 10 minutes drive to the airport. So they were a couple of them that were departing at 6 a.m. So they had to wake up very early that morning. We going to Atlanta depart at 1 p.m. So it was very nice that we had the opportunity, to enjoy the breakfast. The breakfast at Herradura is amazing. So it was very, very nice. And we said bye to Costa Rica.
There's your seahorse.
You see the seahorse? Do you see the seahorse?
The hand is the northwest.
Yes.
Forward down.
You know what happened is that my brain was trying to identify the seahorse like the other side. Like I was not expecting the face of the seahorse was at the left. I don't know. So I took a flight and I came back to Gateway. Thank you. Well, hold on. This is the last message. Huh? No, that's it. End of that. Thank you so much. My favorite hotel.
That's cute.
I think
It's a mirror.
it's Savegre.
Yeah. What's your second favorite? Because everybody says Savegre.
Well,
We should do everything one night.